So we are back to working on rebuilding the basement wall, and today we're starting with door frames. And I already put the first post in because I wanted to, this is the most difficult one and I wanted to see how my process was, but this pretty much worked out perfect. You can just see where I'm not standing in the line. We're just kissing the line there, all the way down. So we are nice and level, and I can take my 6 foot long level and put that up, and we are absolutely perfect in that direction. And spin it around to this side, and we are absolutely perfect in that direction. And this one is also tricky because it's for 2 doorways, so it needs to flush out for this doorway, and it also needs to flush out for this doorway. So at the moment, I just have the top tacked in with a couple of screws. Eventually, I'll put some toenails into this and screw in the bottom into that plate that I installed. I'm going to install this second one off camera, and then I will come back and let you watch for the other door frame over here. So I'll be back. All right, so we got the other side of the door frame in. As you can see on my laser level, we're just kissing a little over the edge here. But it's like a 1/16 or a 32nd. Down the center, we're perfect. And we're again like a 16th or 32nd in that way. But this one, we are perfectly kissing all the way up here, and you can't actually see the line up here because it's just barely being obscured by this line here, because it's sticking out just a tad far. But again, we're so close for rough framing, that is perfectly fine. And again, this doorway, this side of the doorway had to line up with this side of the doorway. So now, whoops, when you walk down the stairs, the doorway into the other hallway is directly even. Much nicer than it had been before. So I'm going to turn off the laser level because I don't really need it at this point. And we're going to build this door frame over here. Alright, so hopefully this gives you a decent vantage point for everything for building this second door frame. And this one should be a lot easier than the first one because I don't have as many angles and measurements to take into account. But we're going to build it pretty much the same way we did before. We already got the bottom plates, top plate. So what I'm going to start by doing is I got my 4x4 that I'm going to use for the one side, and I'm going to cut the one end off just so I have a fresh, guaranteed flush end, even though the factory edge is probably fine for this. Flip this around. take our measurement. So it's 83 1/16 to the very bottom of that plate. But since I have those screws there, is 82 7/8 to that. So I'm going to go just a hair over 82 7/8. Basically what I'm after is a very tight fit, but it also has to angle into the spot. And also what I'm hoping is when it forces itself down, it pushes into those screws, so it kind of helps lock the bottom into place by forcing the grains into those screws. Should be our measurement. We just get this lined up on the saw. As you can see, what I like to do is I take a scrap wood block and shave off, use it as like a sanding block to knock off all of the burrs. So now we get to figure out which side we want where. So there's a couple of considerations. One is the straightness and if there's a bow. This one seems to have a very, very slight bow in this direction. But we're also looking at the faces of the wood, and we're going to decide which side we want visible. Because one side will be against the door, one side will be against drywall, but the other two sides will be visible inside the other room to an extent. And I think the way we're going to do it is we're going to have the bow face into the room a little bit, because we want our straightest edge to be along the doorway. That should be right here. Lined up with the edge of the front edge of the bracket. scrap wood block. To push this in place. That is perfect. Perfectly level in that direction. And that bow out this way is kind of nice because it helps clear the edge of this bottom bracket for drywall. To go to get it level that way. Just a touch more, I think. Yep. See, right there has it. We're a little off on my bottom portion. Let's see, that looks like it. I flipped the level around and it's right there. Yeah, there's still a slight bow in this other direction on this board. Flip my level around. Let's see if I get different readings that way. is close enough there. Actually, that will be good. It will pull itself in when I not going to be able to do a angle down. Give me a moment, I'm going to go get my right angle drill. Alright, got it. Basically the hang up is there's a heating duct in the way over here where I can't get the correct angle to drill a hole. That leaves me just enough room. We're just doing a toenail screw here. This pipe is giving me just barely enough room to get the screwdriver on this. Okay. Do the same thing on this side. All right. And for those of you who are going to complain that screws aren't approved for installing studs, don't worry. I'm going to come back later and toenail it with air nailer. These are just to help hold it in place. That looks great. That looks great. Okay. Last one. So this board does have a very slight twist to it, which I'm hoping doesn't get worse with time. But I'm putting it in the least important location. This is going to be the hinged side, so this needs to be straight as possible, and the handle side just needs to be something that's being supporting. That is 83 exactly to the bottom. 82 and 82 and 7/8 on this cut. Alright, let's evaluate it. Okay, which sides do we want to be the most visible? go with this. We're getting pretty close. Need a bit more. Looks pretty good. I'd say that's perfect. Let's check in this direction. Looks pretty good. I think the remainder is just the it's coming from the slight twist in the wood. Yep, I'm gonna call that good. So that looks good on the bottom. Actually, let's do another measurement. Our rough opening is exactly 38 inches on the dot. Up here, it is 38 on the dot on this side. It's a little small on that side. That's where the twist is. And we're 38 on the dot on this side down here. So because of that twist, let's give it a couple moves. Yeah, 38 again. gate. Gate. Do it on our level. Yeah, that is good enough. Let's put our toe screws in. And because we don't care about this drywall and we're going to be removing it, yank a chunk out of here. Do our toe screw on this side. There we go, another frame doorway. This one's nice and straight. It'll accommodate a 36-inch door. And yeah, I think I'm going to call it for this project. I will put in the toenails and screw in the bottom plates separately. No need for you guys to watch that. So thanks for watching, everyone.